Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nay. If you guys are new, hi, welcome. I have been in the mood of planning, organizing, bettering myself. It's officially the end of the second quarter of the year and I feel like this is a great time to kind of refresh and renew yourself and kind of stick to those New Year's resolutions that we all started in the beginning of the year and we kind of lost track. It's literally mid-year and I just feel this overwhelming feeling of trying to better myself and trying to, be more productive and be the best me that I can. So I did a little bit of research and I found how highly successful people become so successful. Habits that they have learned that help them to be their most productive self and to just, conquer the world. So I kind of came up with these 10 tips. I threw some of mine in and I also threw in some things that I want to improve on. I just think these are super important and they're so beneficial to have in your life and, helps improve your life and better yourself. So the first tip that I have is to declutter and clean your space. I mentioned this in a previous video. Your environment that you spend the majority of your time in reflects on how you're feeling on the inside. The better you feel about yourself and the more you take care of yourself and your space, I feel like it just helps you stay in that productive mindset. Deep clean once a week, declutter anything that you don't use, anything that doesn't bring you happiness in your space, throw it away or get rid of it or donate it. Doing this will just definitely clear your headspace. If you're clean, productive, and you get stuff done and you are successful, your space will obviously, reflect that. When people come into your space, show yourself through your space and, just make your space feel good and clean and decluttered. There has been so much talk about minimalism this year and that's not just a coincidence. Minimalism definitely has a lot of benefits. So try your best to declutter, try your best to keep up with your clean space and it will definitely help you stay in the mindset of, achieving your goals and becoming a successful person. The second tip is pretty obvious. I tend to do this now, this is a habit that I have, but a lot of people that I know do not practice this within their life and I think this is one of the most important things that successful people do that I see a difference in when I see successful people versus when I see unsuccessful people, and that is a good quality sleep. You probably hear this all the time and you probably never listen, or you have insomnia and you can't fix it, or whatever the case may be. Try your best to get the best quality sleep as you can. I have a whole separate video that I can leave linked up below on some tips on how I have a good healthy sleep routine. That includes not looking at social media when I'm trying to go to sleep. I, use my bed space for sleep and sleep only. Go to sleep early and I wake up early. The sooner you fall asleep, sorry, somebody's on their balcony just staring at me. Oh my god, this is so distracting. Whatever, I don't care. So basically, the sooner you fall asleep at night, the sooner you'll wake up in the morning. You have a 9 to 5 job and you need to be up at a specific time. Change your sleeping routine, and that doesn't mean going to sleep 5 hours before you usually go to sleep. Make it kind of a process and a step-by-step thing. Just like any other thing, if you're trying to detox from something, instead of cutting it out coldly, take little gradual steps to improve your sleep pattern. Don't just make a huge jump, because obviously you're not gonna be able to fall asleep earlier if you're falling asleep 5 hours later every single night. Gradually work up to that. And that could definitely be a goal of yours that you can definitely conquer. Having a good sleep pattern definitely helps with your memory function and it helps with creativity. I've done a lot of research on this and there's so many benefits of getting good quality sleep. So definitely get a good quality sleep. That will definitely improve. There's so many benefits and a lot of highly successful people have a really good sleep pattern. So the third tip that I have is to invest in yourself. And that means taking care of your body. That could be eating healthy, eat foods that give you benefits, have an exercise routine, work out, and if you can't work out, take a walk or do something active at least 30 minutes a day. Another thing you can do is drink drink a ton of water. Water is super good for you. I think we're 70 or 80% water, so obviously make sure that you're drinking good quality water. Clean and take care of yourself. Hygiene is super important. The more you take care of yourself, the better you feel. Whenever I see people that don't take care of themselves, to me that just means that if they're not taking care of themselves, what makes you think they're going to be taking care of their life or your business that you're hiring them for? The more you take care of yourself, the more people will be be willing to accept you in business situations or social situations, because if you take care of yourself and you put yourself as a priority, you're going to put them as a priority as well. Taking care of yourself and nurturing your body and feeling the best way that you can helps with self-confidence, and successful people are super self-confident. It gives you energy and it helps you focus on the day. You kind of feel better from the inside out, and you emit that energy to other people and other aspects of your life, and it gives you the fuel and energy that you need throughout the day to become a successful person. So the third tip that I have is to visualize. If you are a subscriber of mine, you know that I believe in the law of attraction, but I have done a lot of research, and there's a lot of successful people that visualize as part of their daily routine. Visualizing can help you get pumped up for your goals. It can help you actually want to tackle those goals because you get excited for the future and excited for whatever you're trying to get. It kind of helps start the day with like positive energy and clarity and peace of mind, and you kind of have a goal that you're directed towards. If you wake up not really visualize, you have the goal in your mind, but you don't actually see it. So when you visualize, it helps put that goal into physical reality. When you associate yourself with whatever you're trying to do, whether that's like your goals or like your plans for the future, putting yourself in connection to whatever you're trying to do helps give a clarity and a sense of focus and positive thinking that you need to become successful. So the fifth tip that I have is reading, and reading can do so much in life. You can learn so much, you can educate yourself. A lot of people think that you need schooling to educate yourself, which I think is super important, but I also think that you can also learn a lot more by reading. There's books for every single topic. If you're trying to improve yourself, if you're trying to become more social, if you're trying to become more happy in your relationship, if you're trying to eat better, whatever you're trying to do, find a book that is connected to your main focus and your motivation, and that will definitely help you educate and learn, and again, receive kind of like that little push. It helps you attain those goals just that much quicker. It's super good for your brain. It's a stress reliever. It kind of dives you into a different part of the world and a different reality than yours. And the number one thing that successful people do is improve themselves in their lives. So I think reading is super, super important in becoming a successful person. The sixth tip that I have is to change up your scenery. You don't want to get stuck in a rut, which is something that I honestly have done within the past. I kind of got into a routine and I'm kind of getting bored of that routine. So something that I want to kind of do the next half of this year is to focus on changing up my scenery. I do work from home, so I tend to get stuck in like my little bubble at home. I want to go somewhere new probably 2 or 3 times a week to, change up my scenery, get outside in nature, and doing this will definitely help bring new opportunities. You can meet new people, you can appreciate your home a little bit more. All of these things are super positive and beneficial to you if you're trying to become a successful person. Successful people are always busy, they're always on the go, they're always doing something. They use every little bit of their time, and they're most likely going to like 2 or 3 different places a day, and whether that's going out to dinner or going to a business meeting or taking your work into a different space every day. Even if you're in an office, you can stand up rather than sit down, or get a yoga ball and sit on a yoga ball during work. Do something different that kind of changes your little routine or your habit, and that definitely helps spark, positive thinking. You're improving yourself constantly. If you're getting stuck in this little routine, you're not really improving or changing up. You always want to constantly go up a step. So if you're like here and you're getting comfortable, that's kind of a little guide that you need to like step it up here and then step it up here. So do something to like change the scenery a little bit. Do something new once a week. Utilize change and use change to your advantage. The 7th tip that I have is to give. The more that you give, the more that you will receive. Giving gives you a sense of self-accomplishment. It gives you a feeling of gratitude for the things that you have. Giving to charity or donating or volunteering if you don't have the money or means to donate gives a sense of good feeling, not only to yourself but to them. When you're improving the world, even just one person, if you're helping, they're going to improve someone else's life because they're in a good mood, and then that person is going to improve someone else's life, and you're constantly changing the world into a better place, and you'll become happier. The more positive energy you emit onto other people and the more kindness that you give, the more that you will receive in turn. And again, the more you impact other people, the more they will impact other people and make the world a better place. The 8th tip that I have is sticking to your goals. So some things that successful people do is they plan and organize their life away. This is something that I love to do. If you don't love to do it, you should find something that helps you love to do it, whether that's, bullet journaling or buying a new planner or using an app that you like. Put everything in perspective by planning, organizing, and kind of accomplishing your goals and breaking them down into manageable tasks. It's like an easy step guide that you create for yourself because you know yourself the best. And when you create this like step-by-step guide or this planning or this organization routine that you're like trying to utilize to get your goals accomplished, the easier it becomes. When you have a goal in mind and you just have a goal and you're just like, oh my God, what do I do to get there? Like, it just seems so far-fetched. When you sit there and break it down, research every little part of it, organize it, put it into your routine, put in like little steps on how to get that, put in little goals like monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals, whatever the case may be, the more you break it down, the easier it is to get to that big end goal. Like I said before, you want to constantly improve yourself. So if you've reached that goal, take it up another notch, take it up another notch. Keep putting goals or ideas in your head, because the more that you have, the more you'll accomplish. And when they say like reach for the stars and you don't get there, at least you'll get like to outer space or something. I don't even know the quote, but it's basically like if you have these huge end goals, the more you dream about something that you want that's so far-fetched, even if you don't get there, you're gonna get pretty damn far because your goal was so big. If your goal is here and you're not really trying to self-improve, or you're just not doing anything for that goal, you're not really gonna get anywhere. You wanna make sure that you have different goals and different sources of goals, whether that's body improvement or social improvement or volunteering or work or home life. You wanna have different goals for different areas in your life. You don't want just one goal and like guided towards that. You wanna improve yourself everywhere. You want different sources of happiness. The more you accomplish and the more that you accomplish within different sources of your life, the happier you will be at the end and the more successful you become. Another thing that you can do to stick to your goals is to utilize your time. Create a better time management plan. If you are sleeping until noon and you're wondering why you're not accomplishing your goals by the end of the day, or you're getting beat up and tired at the end of the day, figure out what you can do to utilize your time better. Successful people utilize their time to their advantage. They use every little bit of their time and they put aside all their pleasures or everything else that they want to do into a time space in their day, and they use that time to accomplish their goals. Kind of planning it out on paper or on an app or whatever the case may be helps you see it in perspective, and it can kind of tell you like where you're spending the majority of your time. What I would do is just kind of go out throughout the day, write down everything you do from time to time, even sitting on the couch watching Netflix, making coffee, reading, doing other things, and you can see like where you're spending the majority of your time. Then make a separate list and just say what your top priorities in life are. What are your main goals? Is your priority your health? Is your priority your work? Is your priority your kids? Whatever the case may be, put it in order from like 1 to 10 and find and see and relate it to how you're spending your time. Are your top priorities even in your time? Are you spending less time than you want on that priority? Change it up according to your idea. Don't change it up completely and crazy the first week, because it's going to be kind of hard to stick to that time schedule. You want to make sure that it's kind of similar to your time schedule now, and if you want to change it, kind of gradually change it, and it makes it a little bit more easier. So the 9th tip that I have is yoga and meditation. If you don't like yoga, meditate. If you don't like meditation, try yoga. Doing this helps clear your mind. It releases stress. Take control over your thoughts and take control over your, internal being, and it helps you become more self-aware. The more you control your thoughts and the more that you're able to control your thoughts and your stress levels and your heart rate and your breathing, the more successful you are in all other aspects of life. It's just beneficial in general because you're becoming more self-aware and you're learning yourself from the inside, literally out. Really highly successful people, they'll either meditate or they'll do yoga, kind of release their thoughts and gain control over their breath and being in the present moment. So the 10th tip that I have is something that I, again, want to utilize and I want to add into my routine, and that is to socialize. Something that I do is I just plan a social outing with my friends or with someone in general once a week. Set that as a goal and put it in your calendar and stick to that goal. Don't cancel on them. Do it. I know if you're having a bad day or something, just get yourself ready, go out and do it. Having good quality relationships with people is super beneficial to becoming successful. You want to make sure that you're attracting and hanging out with people that motivate and inspire you. If you're hanging out with people that are toxic and they just drag you down, or they're like not improving themselves, honestly, I know this is a really bad term, but you are who you hang out with. If you're hanging out with a ton of people that are like not accomplishing goals and not doing the things that they like set their mind to and stuff, odds are you aren't either. You want to hang out with people that motivate and inspire you and that you see as yourself, if that makes sense. Make sure that you're building good quality relationships. In business, a lot of the times it's all who you know. Quality relationships that you have, the more successful you will become, because with more people and better relationships, you get opportunities and you connect with people, and it just helps improve your little social part of your life, which is super, super important. I actually watched a TED Talk the other day, and it was saying that like the #1 thing to happiness in life isn't like money, isn't fame or whatever. They did a huge study, and the #1 thing that created this happiness was quality relationships, the good quality relationships, not the number of people that you're friends with. It's the quality of the relationships that you have. Use your relationships with other people and nurture them and improve them and take care of them. Success, but also happiness. So success for different people can mean a ton of different things. It literally can mean anything to anyone, whether you want success in your job, success in your family, whatever the case may be. I really hope these tips helped in some way. Please let me know if you guys know any other tips to help you become more successful. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys all in another video. Bye guys!